Can I ask the representative a question?
Representative Jones, does the gentleman yield to a question from the gentleman from Iredell, Representative McNeely?
I absolutely will yield. Yes,
He
sir.
yields.
Representative Jones, I want to ask you the question is, I understand that you went into public school and you went to Harvard and Harvard Law. And the question, I guess, is, would you have been able to maybe achieve this if you were not an athlete or a minority or any of these things, but you were a student trapped in a school that the slowest, you know, in the wild, we'll say the slowest gazelle does not survive, but yet the herd moves at that pace. So the brightest child sometimes is held back. And don't we
point of
feel
order?
Gentleman may state his point of order.
Okay, I'm hoping I wasn't the only one that got shocked by that comment, that the only reason you went to Harvard is because you were black and an athlete?
I did not say that. I said, did that end up being one of the reasons? I do not know that. I asked him
all
this. I asked him this.
Okay, all right.
I don't mind answering.
Gentleman doesn't answer the question. Sorry, I was reading a note here, so I didn't hear what was.
I apologize, and I'll reframe.
The gentleman from Iredell is no longer recognized. For what purpose, the lady from Wake, Representative Gill, rise. Representative Jones, do you still have the floor, sir, to
I
debate?
was trying to wrap up.
Gentleman has the floor to wrap up his remarks.
Okay. I just want to say that I'm just going to say one thing. Harvard had 5 rankings for their students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when I graduated from Harvard, I was in rank 2. So I earned my place, and I did well. Now,
do you feel like that response that he gave the Republican man was valid and it was effective?
Very much so. Now,
Okay.
I'm in my real boy. You got me now. This is the voice I usually don't like to use because it's intimidating. For real. You did.
No, use it. Okay, tell me
deeper.
why it was validated. Tell me.
Because it ain't about Democratic or Republican in that
Yes,
sense. He wasn't
that's true.
speaking. He wasn't speaking Republican. He was speaking racist white, typical racist white, who's not so much impressed. I'll say a tad bit impressed that a black went to Harvard, let alone that, but made it to the point where he is to be questioned as if there was some incentive on who he is physically by color, not intellectually. You dig? And that's how you made it, type of deal. So when he mic dropped it with the response, like he said one thing, and that's all that needed to be said in that regard. So I don't look at it as Democratic or Republican, because both sides to me are the same with different perspectives on running this country one-sided, which is stupid. But we're united.
Too. I feel like he could have, and this is just my feelings, my opinions and thoughts, just on the outside looking in. I feel like he could have at least also kind of shed more light on the affirmative action part as to why this man even had that conversation. Because to me, the white man that was speaking was trying to talk about affirmative action with not by really not stating affirmative action, if that makes sense, where he was saying you're taking up space for somebody that's more bright than you, and that's one of the reasons why you probably got ahead. But then when, and like what you were saying, when the man called out his ranking, that also showed that he was kind of like dropping the mic on, okay, this is my ranking, and I was just ahead of probably Asians, other white men, other intelligent black men, and this, that, and the other. So yes, I do like that call out. But one of the things that I was looking at too, and that's why I said it is political too, is because Republicans, whether it's black Republicans, white Republicans, whatever, have an aggressive and entitled nature about them when they speak, their tone, when they talk, the things that they do, the policies they try to put forth, all of that. Whereas the Democratic Party have a docile and too humbling approach to different situations and things that I feel that they should speak up more on.